we want to look at derivatives of polynomials. So to build up our intuition here, remember a derivative is essentially slope of the function or slope of the curve at a particular point. So let's consider this. First, consider the function f of x that is simply just a constant, like 32. So if we were to look at the graph of a constant function, it would simply look like this. And so if you'll notice, it's just a horizontal line. The slope of a horizontal line is 0. So the derivative, f prime of x, would just be 0. So no matter what point you picked, the derivative would always be 0. So this is referred to as the constant rule for differentiation. The derivative of any constant is going to be equal to 0. Next, let's consider a function. I'll call it this time g of x is equal to 3x. And so here we have a linear function. And if we think about the linear function with slope 3, I just gave it away, right? So the derivative, which is the slope at a given point, well, a line has the same slope everywhere. And so in this case, since we know the slope is 3, the derivative of any line would just be its slope. In this case, the derivative of g at any point x is equal to 3. Now to build on this, I want to look at the idea of what we call the power rule. And so the power rule says if I have any function, reuse the letter f of x is equal to x to some power, then its derivative will simply be equal to the power times x raised now to 1 less the power than you had before. So as an example real quick, let's consider that our function f of x was equal to x to the 4th power. Then the derivative would simply be 4 the power times x now raised to the 3rd power, 1 less than the power before. Another rule that we might look at, maybe refer to this as the sum and difference rule. So the derivative with respect to x of two functions, whether they're added or subtracted, would essentially be the derivative of the first function minus or plus, depending upon which is the derivative of the second function. So if it was plus here, it'll be plus here as well. So think about an example. So let's say that I had y is equal to x to the 4th plus 3x. So remember, we've taken the derivative of each of these before. So dy dx would be equal to the derivative of x to the 4th, the first function. We use the power rule to get 4x cubed. Then we have plus, so we would put plus in the middle here. And the derivative of the second function, 3x, which we see is linear, and so the derivative of 3x is equal to 3. I could also look at, what if we looked at z is equal to x to the 4th minus 3x. So here we're looking at the difference of the two functions. So dz dx, the derivative of z with respect to x, is equal to 4x cubed, the derivative of the first term, and then minus the derivative of the second term, the second function here, which is 3. Another rule we're going to look at is what we might refer to as the constant multiple rule. Multiplication by a scalar, some will say. So if I had, let's say, y equals some constant k times a function, then the derivative would be equal to the constant times the derivative of that function. So consider what we looked at before. So we've seen if y is equal to x to the fourth, then dy dx is equal to 4x cubed. That's just using the power rule. But what if we had another function, let's say z is equal to 7x to the fourth? Well, then dz dx would be equal to 7 times the 4x cubed. And so if we look at this, what we're actually doing is we're bringing the 4 down front. It's going to be multiplied by the 7, so that becomes 28 times x to the third power. So oftentimes what people will do is, instead of using this in-between step, is just bring the power down and multiply it times the constant in front. So now if we put all these rules together, we can look at a few examples here of polynomials. Let's say I have y is equal to x to the fourth plus 3x minus 32. Then the derivative dy dx would be equal to, the derivative of x to the fourth is 4x cubed, plus the derivative of 3x is 3, minus the derivative of constant is equal to 0. If we had y is equal to 7x to the fourth plus 3x, then the derivative dy dx would be equal to, we'll bring the 4 down front with the 7, so 4 times 7 is 28, then times x raised to the third power, 1 less than before, plus the derivative of 3x is 3. And so look at something more general. Let's say y is equal to 4x to the seventh plus 3x to the fifth minus 4x squared plus 2. Then the derivative with respect to y with respect to x is going to be equal to 28x to the sixth. So we brought the 7 down, multiply times 4, x now to the sixth power, 1 less than 7, plus we bring the 5 down, times the 3 is 15, times x raised to the fourth power, 1 less than 5, then minus the derivative of 4x squared, bring the 2 down front with the 4, that's 8x now to the first power, and then since 2 is just a constant, that would be a plus 0, so we'll just leave it as is. So here we've built slowly to figure out how we might take the derivative of polynomial functions.